This is a continuation of the parallel and perpendicular lesson. So what we're talking about is that to write an equation that's perpendicular, we have to use the opposite reciprocal slope. So when I look at the second example, number 5, I have to do the opposite reciprocal. So negative 2/3 means I'm going to make it positive and I'm going to flip my fraction. So the slope that I'm going to be using is positive 3/2. Again, this is x and this is y. So y equals mx plus b. 3/2 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. I will subtract 3 to get my b isolated. And negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. So that means that my perpendicular line is positive 3/2x minus 6. Let's look at number 6. So this is like what I was talking about when it doesn't look like we can actually flip this slope, but 7/1 is the same thing as 7. So that becomes negative 1/7. That's the slope I'm going to use. This is x, this is y. So y equals mx plus b. Negative 1/7 times 6, oh, this is fun, is negative 6/7. Add 6/7 to both sides. Now we have to get a common denominator. 4 is the same thing as 28/7. So adding my numerators together is 34/7, and that's my b. So y equals mx plus b. Super fun. Another thing that I wanted to show you is that you don't have to use this x and y and solve for b. We can actually write our equation into point slope form and then get it into slope intercept form. So I'll show you that in number 8. So this is x and this is y, right? So negative 3's opposite reciprocal is positive 1/3. So I can actually write in point slope form. Y minus y1, notice I switched the sign, equals mx minus x1. I can distribute my 1/3. 1/3 of negative 6 is negative 2. Subtract 2 from both sides, and I have 1/3 x minus 4. So that is just another way that I could use to write in either point slope form or slope intercept form. I'm going to do a couple more problems. It's not going to let me write on it until I save it. Okay. So let's find some more to do. Oh, let's look at number 6. Oh, it says parallel. I don't want to do that. I want to do more perpendicular. Oh, here's a good one, number 13. All right, so what's my slope in number 13? What number is the coefficient on x? So 1, right? 1/1 is 1. So how do we make the opposite reciprocal of 1/1? Negative, and then flip it. Well, they're the same thing. So -1 is my opposite reciprocal slope. So let's practice some point slope form here. This is x, this is y. Y minus the y value, switch the sign, Hello, that's not what I did. Okay. And then my new slope, x minus my x value. Well, switch my sign again. Distribute that -1. Subtract 2 from both sides. So y is equal to -x minus 5. Try a couple more using point slope form. So let's look at 15. What's the slope here? Well, I'm not in slope intercept form, so I don't know yet. I need to isolate y. I need to get y by itself. Subtract x from both sides. Divide everything by 3. It looks like my slope here is -1/3, so the opposite reciprocal of that is positive 3/1. So y minus my y value is equal to mx minus my x value. Distributing that 3. Subtracting 6 from both sides. 3x minus 3. Just want to show you that you'll get the exact same answer if I do it a different way. So if I instead, this is x, this is y, if I write y equals mx plus b, I can add 3 to both sides. -6 plus 3 is still -3, and then write my equation using this, my new slope, and there's the same answer.